Good morning. Good morning. Great to have you here. As you get here, make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. Good morning. Good morning. As I'm hitting live in all the places, I'm glad to have you here this beautiful morning and let me know that you're here. All right, so give me just a moment. I'm going to pull this up on my phone as well. Whoops. There we are. Beautiful. All right, be patient. Sorry. All right. Now I think we are ready. So good morning. Good morning. And like I said, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. And I have an early client again this morning, so I'll have to be a little speedier. Sometimes I can get long-winded with some of this stuff, and that's okay because I love doing it. But this morning, since I have an early client, I've got to. Well, I don't have to. I get to jump right in so that I can get to this client on time. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in with the affirmation. Hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. All right. So today's affirmation is excuse me, I am revealing my true abundant nature, embracing the limitless wealth, joy, and possibilities within me. Abundance is who I am at my core. Now, how does that feel? You like that one? Or does it feel a little like, Because, I showed you the other day, it's actually on the back of a receipt from Amazon. But I've got a lot of different little thoughts that came to my mind the other day, and I wrote them all down. And so I'm going through them one at a time. And then if another thought comes in, I'll just start with that one too. But I was thinking about it when I was writing that down, that a lot of times we are revealing a lot of things about us, but it's not our true abundant nature. We're revealing some of our limiting beliefs, right? And so we reveal that in our conversations, in our thoughts, in our dreams. We reveal that just in the way our environment looks, right? Because it is laden with the things that have been in our mind have manifested on the outside, right? And so it's really, really important for us to kind of tap in. What are we revealing about our true abundant nature? And we've talked about this a little bit in the past week, because it's really an important thing. We're in the first of the year. This is January, and a lot of people, in December, they were setting these huge monetary goals, right? And usually all these, and a lot of these things are are not just monetary goals. It can be physical goals. It can be all kinds of goals that people have set, right? And you may be one of them. I know I set intentions. I don't necessarily think they're goals because I don't have a blueprint for how I'm expecting them to turn out. That's I feel like a goal is something that you write down and then you map out how it's going to happen. And I kind of feel like the God, the universe surprises me all the time with the dips and the turns and everything. So now I just set an intention. This is what I intend to create. And however that's going to happen. And always, and I've recommended this to you guys before too, I always end it with this or something better, because there are so many times that I've asked for something for a gift and, good morning, Carrie, good morning. And in the asking, I've actually limited the person that's wanting to know, what do you want? And because I found out many times that they would say, oh, I went ahead and got that. I'm so glad you told me, because this was what I was going to get you. And I think, oh, I would have loved that better, but it didn't even occur to me. And so I think God, the universe, is all the time giving us gifts that we didn't even know we wanted. And so I want to stay open to that, right? But what are you revealing about your true abundant nature right now? Are you embracing the limitless wealth, joy, and possibilities within you? Is abundance who you are at your core? So maybe it's time to back up a little bit and start reflecting on some of this and making decisions to change it, right? And just really quick, I want to make sure I remind you that today at 3 p.m. Eastern, Sue and I are doing a Rewrite Your Money Story. It's like a gathering, a party, an event, right? And so if you can come, definitely do that. And I'll put the information in the comments. If you want to join us, it's a Zoom link. So you just show up on the Zoom, and it's going to be amazing, because what happens a lot of times is these things right here, this affirmation can be like a trigger to let you see there's a limiting belief there, that you don't believe that. And so what is the belief that's holding you back? Because there are so many of us that have limiting beliefs about money. Maybe you have limiting beliefs about your health. Maybe you have limiting beliefs about relationships. But there are limiting beliefs that pour out of you because you're human, for one thing. And let's face it, I don't care who you are and how perfect your upbringing was. There is somebody that has said something to you in your world, especially when you were young, that created a little thought that hasn't served you. And it's important for us to start seeing what those thoughts are. And it's so ingrained in us that we don't even recognize that it's something that's going on. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and it was interesting because all of a sudden we uncovered that she's a perfectionist, right? And she said, I thought I'd gotten rid of that. And so it was something that we talked about and we worked on. But sometimes it's in a conversation that triggers, all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I am doing that. So what is this affirmation revealing to you? And remember, anything that comes after the words I am are ultra powerful, right? So I am revealing my true abundant nature. We always are, right? Embracing the limitless wealth, joy, and possibilities within me. So that is what our intention is. That's what our declaration is, right? But if that doesn't feel true, if it doesn't feel like that's what you're revealing, then you can change this to where I'm beginning to reveal my true abundant nature. And so whatever you need to do to tweak it, to make sure that it flows through you instead of stopping you in your tracks, right? And then the second part of this, abundance is who I am at my core. And that is true. Abundance is who we are at our core. God didn't put us on this earth to suffer completely, have nothing, right? The thing is that we open ourselves up to what abundance is. And abundance, a lot of times, like it's not always money, but money flows because of the abundant nature that we have. So as we are looking at what are our gifts and our talents, are we flowing that abundance out? Because our abundance is others' abundance too, right? So just look at yourself. What if you are the source of abundance for yourself and for everyone else? Right? And like I said, it's not necessarily money. Maybe it's that you have this amazing talent that would help so many people and it's flowing through you abundantly. And the thing that is really important to remember is the things that come to you so easily. That's just flow through you. Like Carrie, I know yours is design, clothing design, and things like that. So the that probably is for you is just like you could do that in your sleep, right? And so, but other people are looking at saying, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that. And so the things that come so easily to you are really needed, but it doesn't usually feel like it's that big a deal because we think everybody can do that, right? And we don't even recognize that even though there's some people that they can't do it and they would like to, that it comes harder for them. And so you can actually create this flow and affect them, right? You need to monetize it. Yes. Well, then it's time. Maybe you need to come to this workshop or whatever, a party that we're having today, because if you're not monetizing it, there's a thought pattern around it. And it's usually we have a money legacy from our family, from our ancestors. We have money issues from the things that how money was talked about when we were kids. It even has our experiences with money. Maybe we made a lot of money and then suddenly it was gone. And so then we have this other limiting belief that's popped up that it doesn't matter if I make it, I'm not going to keep it. So there's all these things that show up in our world and we're not even aware of it. And it's uncovering some of those things and reframing them helps you to get to this place where monetizing is easy. Because if you think about it, there are some people that create a program, creates a group, do all that stuff, and suddenly, poof, it seems like everybody's buying from them, right? It's a mindset. It's not what the actual item is, it's the mindset and the vibration of the person who created it. So definitely, if you can possibly be there today at 3:00, be there, and maybe we'll be able to uncover some stuff for you. So anyway, this affirmation, I love it. And I will say probably a year or so ago, this would have made me think, bullshit, right? I am revealing my true nature, but it certainly isn't that. And so, it's a process. But a year ago, maybe it was more like a year and a half ago, if I had said that, I just would have just walked away from it. But today I understand a lot more. And so that's why I'm saying you can tweak it to make it feel like it's a possibility. So you could say, I am beginning to reveal my true abundant nature, right? And so embracing the limitless wealth, joy, and possibilities within, because all of that is within you. It's nothing that anybody gives you. It is nothing that is outside of you. It's all comes from within. Abundance is who I am at my core. Right? All right, so now I'm going to share the journal prompt, and I know I'm going to have to take this off, and it may not all be in the queue because I got a little long-winded on this one this morning too. I even tweaked it once. All right, so let me see what we got going on over here. All right, so our journal prompt for today is connect with the abundant energy within you. And as I always say, before you go ahead and write this stuff out on your notebook, in your journal, put the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt, and then spend 10 to 15 minutes in just total silence. because in that total silence, and you quiet the chatter and you focus on your breath, you tap into that inner guidance, that God voice, that intuition, all this stuff within you that is there to give you guidance and information, right? And so you do that, connect with the abundant energy within you, and then you ask your inner guidance, how does my true abundant nature reveal itself in my life? How does my true abundant nature reveal itself in my life? And then you just allow the answers to flow from your heart. And then you write down the inspiration and the clarity that comes to you, because it will come if you tap into that silent space and allow. And so today is all about just allowing these thoughts, these feelings, all of these things to flow through you and give you some answers. Because we all have the ability to reveal our abundant nature, because our abundant nature is always there. It's there. Like, Sue and I have the mining your acres of diamonds, because most people are looking for all their gold and their diamonds everywhere else, when it's right here within us. It's under our feet. It's just asking to be revealed. And so if your abundant nature is not showing up as easily as you would like it to, then it's time to tweak this stuff, right? So how does my true abundant nature reveal itself in my life? Now, the answer that you have, like you're sitting here right now, if you were to answer this, it would be a totally different answer than if you take some time in silence and really tap in to the inner knowing. And, I was listening to a podcast this morning, I'm sorry, a YouTube channel this morning. And one of the things that he said that I thought, oh, that goes right along with my affirmation and my journal prompt, was he said that, as we're creating and we're dreaming and we're aspiring for all these things in our lives, they're already here. The version of us that does all those things and has this abundant nature, that has the wealth that we want to help the world, to help our friends, our family, us, right? Because the more wealth we have means the greater amount of people that we've affected. We've created that ripple effect that we want, right? And so if you're thinking about those things and desiring those things, they already exist. We just haven't opened up, remember our 2,000 bits of information we get per second out of 50 billion that is around us? We just haven't opened up the right portal to be able to see what those things are and allow them in. And so your mindset, your inner dialogue, your thoughts, your feelings about things, that's what's created where you are. And if you want to be a little bit beyond that, maybe you want to be a great deal beyond that, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's all within you. And all we have to do is change our mindset and our money story, right? And so it's all a process. And one of the things, and I don't know how many of you follow Abraham Hicks or listen to her or whatever, but one of the things that she used to say, and I remember when I first started listening to her, I thought, that's not true. But the thing is that she says, and it's still something that I work my mind around, right? Is that it's just as easy to create a castle as it is a button. There's no difference in the vibration. There's no difference in, like some people say, I'm trying to make a lot of money, and they don't see the possibility because the money seems so big. But what if the difference between $1 and $1 million vibrationally was the same? So what is that? The thing about the penny, I ask God for a penny, but if I had, oh God, what is that saying? It's a poem, I think. Um, I asked God for a penny, and a penny is what it gave. Oh crap! I don't remember it. Do you remember it, Carrie? Because it all boils down to if the person had asked for more, they would have gotten more, but instead they got a penny. So it's kind of like the old saying, if you're wanting to reach the moon and you land among the stars, you're still better off. But if you're looking for the stars and you just land a little bit below, then you haven't reached the place that you could. So it's like just being open to whatever's there and just allowing, because it can be so magnificent. And there's a process that I'm working on to share in our Rewrite Your Money Story program that we've got. And it is using EFT, hypnosis, and visualization to help you get into this space of creating finances or creating money in 24 hours. And so I'm playing with it right now with creating the script for it and everything. That's it. Oh, let me get it over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty score. Life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask, but once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. I knew a little bit of it, but it was like I couldn't remember the whole thing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am going to copy this and stick it in my notes so that I have it for the next time that I want to put that thing. So give me a second. Let me put it here. Oh, Carrie, thank you so much. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so guys, I have got to go. My client will be here any second, and you have the most magnificent day filled with abundant energy. And I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And hopefully, I will see you today at our, what time was it? 3 p.m. Eastern, Rewrite Your Money Story Party. So come and party with us and enjoy some mindset work around money. Love you guys.